Good day. Welcome, friends, to This is River Dell. I'm John Tamino.
And I'm Stephen Osterloff. And boy, do we have a great show for you today, including some eye-opening interviews with our principal, Miss Brooks, and our school psychologist, Miss Fielder.
But first, River Dell recently hosted a demonstration in accordance with Allstate Insurance on how driving distractions can negatively impact teens. Our field correspondent, Andrew Forelli, has the story.
Reporting for RDTV, I'm standing here with Walter from Allstate. So Walter, what brings you to these parts?
Andrew, we're here to save lives today. The reality is 5,000 teens every year die in car crashes. And that is the #1 cause of teen deaths. It's not AIDS, it's not suicide, it's not drugs, it's teen car crashes. And we're trying to bring some awareness to help teens drive safer and drive better.
So this obstacle course, will it help teens drive better, or will it just show them that they shouldn't text while they're driving?
Well, some of the things you're going to see today, Andrew, are real-world demonstrations of what happens when you get a distraction. Throughout the course, you'll see us throw a cone to simulate a child or a ball or an animal coming out in the road. Yes, there will also be some exercises where you will be texting while you're driving and seeing how that impacts your ability to drive.
Has anyone ever gotten hurt before on this course?
Not to my knowledge. It's very safe. We will have a parent and there will be instructors here. I think you're going to have fun today. It's going to be a good course.
Reporting from RDTV, signing off.
We thought this was a great opportunity, so Allstate called us. Because it's something we don't do that would enable kids to experience something that we can't have them experience. Not to mention that we were then able to get $20,000 toward our driver education program. I think having the students do the course with all of the distractions and making them more aware of just how distractions interfere with your driving. And what we know statistically is that a lot of this is probably even more dangerous than driving while drinking. Everybody drives, and there are more and more distractions every day. And all of us think that we can drive well and text or eat or reach for things in the back of the car, but when you actually do it under these conditions, you realize it impairs your job.
Well, Steve, as you, myself, and the other juniors begin our driving odysseys this year, what do you think of the piece?
Well, obviously, you know, the junior year, we're all coming up. We're going to get our license soon, some earlier than others. So I feel, you know, watching that piece, seeing, you know, the effects of driving is definitely going to help us.
I couldn't agree more. I see people, I've driven with people that are older, and I see the distractions that they have. You know, people, they're texting while they're driving, they're trying to eat food while they're driving, and they're just totally distracted with friends in the car, even something simple as music. You know, it's just, there's too many distractions for a teen driver, and hopefully everybody learned from what there was, and there's plenty of lesson to be learned there, and it's something that can't be taught in a classroom. It's that, you know, your life is more important, especially when you're in a, essentially, you know, they call cars a screaming metal death trap for a reason, because it's what can happen.
Well, moving along, John Sherlock recently had the opportunity to speak to our school psychologist, Dr. Randy Fielder, about the prevalence and combat of bullying and substance abuse in the Dell. Check it out.
Hi, I'm John Sherlock. I'm here with Dr. Fielder, and this year there are a lot more bullying posters in all the classrooms. Do you think that's going to prevent bullying?
That's what we're hoping to do. We're hoping to raise awareness and just have students become more aware of their interaction with their peers, to let them know that sometimes they don't mean to be, but things become hurtful.
And how many people come to you like a year for bullying problems?
Well, we have several incidents. I'd say 2 or 3 times a year we have incidents that become very serious, that we have to go to parents and maybe have police become involved.
And how many different types of bullying, what types of different
There are
things?
a lot of different types of bullying. Typically, males and females bully differently. Males tend to become a little bit more physical, or aggressive, pushing into lockers, you know, body checking, you know, students, and getting physical. Women can be a little bit more socially bullying. For example, you're invited, you're not invited. So it's more exclusion. It could be rumors, and name calling, teasing type things.
Do you think the penalties this year for the substance abuse policy, do you think they're harsh in any way?
Well, what we have tried to do at River Dell is not make it punitive, be about getting a person help. If they're coming to school under the influence of, you know, substance, drugs, you're not going to be learning. It's going to impede your academic progress. So we're trying to locate those people, make sure that they get the help that they need. And if they don't make it the first time, again, the punishments do get a little harsher. But again, we are trying to send the message that to be here, to be effective, you have to be clean and sober.
And would you change anything about the substance abuse policy?
We have worked, every year we really work at reviewing the policy, updating the policy. This year we really have made our suspicion-based policy more consistent with our random-based drug testing policy more consistent. So we worked on doing that this year. There was a discrepancy we didn't think was quite fair, and we looked at making it more consistent.
And was there any new changes this year?
Again, with the consistency of punishment, first offense, the violation is 2-week suspension from activities and suspension from school. It increases to 3 months after that, and then a year if you're caught a third time, which we hope never ever happens.
Very interesting indeed. What do you think about bullying and substance abuse here at River Dell, John?
Well, personally, I actually think it's pretty good. It's not like I don't see people running around bullying each other as often as you may assume. It depends on your definition of bullying. I know people, jostle around. They're just kind of half-hearted. It's kidding around. So I think that there could be a lot worse things going on, and bullying is definitely not one of them. As for substance abuse, I think it's a problem that all high schools are going to face. All teens are going to get involved with that sort of stuff, and we just have to make smart choices, and the school will help us make those smart choices.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. You look in the movies, you see the constant bullying, one kid getting picked on, but it's not always that situation in here. There's different types. So I think that the school is doing a good job on holding it back. We'll be right back after this brief commercial message.
Where is the moment we need it the most? You kick up the leaves and the magic is lost. Tell me your blue skies fade to gray. Tell me your passion's gone away, and I don't need no carrying on. You stand in the line just to hit a new low. You're faking a smile with the coffee to go. And tell me your life's been way offline. You fall into pieces every time, and I don't need no carrying on. Cause you had a bad day, you take it one down. You sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie. You work on a smile and you go for a ride.
And we're back.
Yeah, but I can't lie. I might need to stop by at Hawk's Nest after school today. It's getting kind of chilly outside, and I might need myself a new sweatshirt.
Indeed. Hey, by the way, I heard you interviewed Miss Brooks the other day.
Oh yeah, I did interview Miss Brooks the other day about RD's new attendance and lateness policy, and she had some astute rationale to the changes. Here it is.
Some of the major changes just lay out what happens on a first offense, second offense, third offense. So it makes it very clear for students what the consequences are. Lateness is a big issue at River Dell. It always has been for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I think by letting kids know that getting to class is important and that there are escalating consequences for not being there, hopefully this is a life skill that we can improve. Absolutely understand, you're driving to school and your car has a flat. It's not something that happens every day. Of course, there are always extenuating circumstances,